Congratulations on a great run as champion. Curious tonight in terms of execution, if you felt like you controlled it all, if you were surprised with the outcome, just kind of walk us through if you felt like you were able to execute your game plan.
Dominic's a very good fighter. I do feel like I won the fight. Just pressure alone and controlling the octagon and landing the bigger strikes. I know he got a few takedowns that I don't really feel like should be scored that great with 3 seconds control, total. It's tough, man. It's a tough one to take. I definitely didn't perform to my best either. I maybe threw a little too hard and could have touched a little bit and set some things up. And, thinking back on it, yeah, I messed up. But I still think I won. I still think I won that fight.
His left leg, you really worked on that. Can you touch on your game plan there?
Yeah, man. I guess with every fighter, not just him necessarily, but just a little bit everyone, being well-rounded and setting everything up. And I knew it was landing, and I can see him limping. He couldn't even walk after the fight, and I probably should have stuck on it a little bit more, actually.
Obviously the judges saw a lot of things very differently between themselves. Do you feel how do you feel about that? Do you feel like you're obligated to always get a finish to avoid this sort of situation, or how do you feel?
I think I waited a little bit too much. I should have pushed for the finish. I know I rocked him a couple times in those later rounds where I landed some big shots, and I maybe should have touched a little bit, set it up, and pushed for that finish. Can't ever be happy with going to the decision. Obviously, you wish the sport was a little bit better with knowing who's winning and who's not, but it's just the way it goes down, man. It's real frustrating.
Was there any real difference between simulating that combat and actually being there in person? Was there anything unexpected?
No, man. I knew I'd miss some shots. I knew that was going to be the case. I knew I'd miss. I just didn't follow up sometimes when I did. I'd miss a big shot instead of touching afterwards. I kind of let him scurry out. He wasn't doing nothing. He was running. I think I controlled the cage over 18 minutes of it from what I've heard.
Yep. And just quickly, if I could, for TJ, I know it's tough for you right now, but talk about the fight playing out. It did seem as things went on, you kind of settled down into more of a straightforward approach, a little bit less of the frantic movement that we were expecting to see. Was that an adjustment that you made on the fly? Was it a reaction? Was it the pace was so high? Just explain, kind of what the adjustments were as you went along.
It was just kind of the reactions to what was going on in the fight, and it was working. My touch pulls, returns, making him miss and hitting him again, and then just knowing he had nothing on his punches. I felt like whatever he was going to give me wasn't very dangerous, and I felt like I was coming forward, and that's how I was going to win the fight, just being the more dominant fighter and coming forward and hitting him with those big shots and landing those kicks, and if he went for some takedowns, wear him out by defending them or, getting right back up as soon as he got him and not letting him get anything out of him.
And you said you think you won the fight. A lot of people did score it for you, but people are going to be asking you for answers, what happened. People are going to point to things like the camp change, all of that. Was there any concern? Was there any feeling? Was this any different coming into the fight tonight than it was when you won the title?
No, man. I felt very prepared coming to this fight. The camp change had nothing to do with it. I did my last camp out in Colorado as well. I felt awesome coming in, rough camp with getting a staph infection through it and having to deal with that and messing up my cardio, but that's just something you got to deal with. It comes with every camp, but I definitely feel like I won that fight. Pushing forward, being the aggressor, landing the bigger shots. I just don't understand how you can't score it for that.